it's hard to be not only introverted, but on top of that, also be an empath. Yeah, it's it can get pretty crazy sometimes, you know. Very exhausting if you are one. and uh, and of course, a lot of people don't understand. You know, the ones who are not sensitive, who are more tough and unemotional, they will never understand it. They have no idea how it feels like to be so introverted and an empath on top of that too. As an empath, especially, I'm even more so sensitive to like light, sunlight, and sounds, and just mainly energies. Like I could drive down the freeway and I could feel all the people's feelings that driving next to me. It's ridiculous, you know. It's like so annoying. It's like, why do I need to feel this guy's or this girl's freaking feelings? It's like, I just want to drive home, you know, or drive somewhere to do something. But, you know, I didn't go on the freeway so I can feel everybody's feelings, you know. But that's what happens. That's what happens when you're an empath. It's annoying. Yeah. The other thing that kind of that I'm sensitive to because I'm an empath is smells, like perfumes and colognes. And you know, if I'm in an elevator and there's somebody, like a guy, and he has this really strong cologne, I'm like, I think I'm gonna die. It's like so bad for me. I just want to run away and just take off. So yeah, some guys, you know, they put all this cologne on, and I say, you know, you don't need it. I mean, I'd rather have the guy smell like stinky sweat than cologne, than chemicals, you know, or alcohol or something like that. I'd rather have you smell like a real man and be a little smelly, like from sweat, than have all that cologne and chemical stuff on your body. It's like yuck. And to me, it's like a repellent. Like if you want me to stay away from you, just put lots of cologne or perfume on you, and I'm like, see ya, bye. A lot of people open up to me all the time. It's almost like I'm like a magnet. People almost kind of intuitively know that they can tell me all kinds of stuff from their life, like crazy stuff and problems, and they just kind of open up to me and tell me all kinds of stories. Like there's a stranger on the street, and they're like, I need to tell you something. And they talk to me like they know me for years or something. This happens to me all the time. And that's what happens to a lot of empaths. It's like you could be, you know, standing there somewhere waiting for the subway to come, and people start talking to you about their problems. Yeah, it's crazy, but it happens all the time. Oh, parties. No, thank you. I hate parties. Yuck. Oh, God. I so much rather stay home or only hang out with one or two people, and that's it. It's so much better, you know. So much better. So much more fun and relaxation and just, you know. I just don't understand why people want to be surrounded by millions and millions of people and getting talked to, blah, 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 from every direction and all that stuff. No, thank you. So, of course, in school, I would be like the one sitting all the way in the corner, all the way in the back, by the window, ignoring everybody. So I would be like sitting there looking at the table. I would draw like horses and tiger heads on my table and stuff and not pay attention. I would fantasize about, you know, being out there with some muscular motorcycle guy and just be on his motorcycle hanging on and just going for a ride out in the woods, and just, you know, I would daydream like this all the time. It's like so funny. I'm not the kind of introvert that gets anxiety because they're around people. Like I can go to a party and I won't feel like anxious or scared or shy. I mean, I can act shy, and so people leave me alone. But I'm not I'm not one of those people who just gets really scared and just hides, because they're scared or anxious or worried about how other people look at them or perceive them. No. For me, it's mostly that I feel annoyed. I feel annoyed really easy with humans. Yes, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. I can't change that, I get annoyed really easy with people. Not with animals, but with people, I get annoyed really easy. I didn't choose this. It's not that I want to be this way, I don't. And that's the reason, if I go to a party or a club, I will just feel annoyed. Not anxious, but annoyed. Pressured, annoyed, pressured and annoyed. And I want that pressure away from me, off of me. I need to get away from that. I can handle it, I can deal with it, but I don't want to. That's why I love when I'm home alone and I just, play my video games, or I can play the same video game that I've played since the last 10 years. Like, I can play Warcraft over and over again, the same game, and I won't be bored. Yeah, I just do that, and I'm so happy and excited, and everything is so awesome, and I'm happy all the time, especially when I'm alone. Everything is so easy and good when you're alone. But then when you have to be around a lot of people all the time for long periods of time, I get annoyed. Ever since I was a little kid, I always was a loner, and I always preferred to just either be alone, or if there was any animals, I would prefer hanging out with the animals over the people. Now, of course, there were some people I liked, and then I would hang out with them. Yes. However, I still kind of prefer the animals. The animals are the one creatures that don't stress me out ever. So one reason really how can I say, not as into humans, because they're such judging creatures. They always try to put other people down. I'm not saying everybody is like that, obviously not, but I've noticed other people being like that. And I would say 99.9% of people judge other people on their looks, on their faces, and their race. And I think that's wrong. It really bothers me a lot. I can't stand it. And I have this really strong desire to always be fair with everybody. It's just kind of my thing. You have 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and a face. I think that's good enough. What else do you need? I mean, why is it important that the eyes have to be huge, or if they're too small, it's ugly, or if the lips are too big or too small, or who cares? Why is this important? It's ridiculous. So this is the thing. I kind of prefer animals because they don't judge you on what you look like. They don't care if you are black or white or Chinese or an alien from outer space. They don't care, they just love you. They'll give you a chance, and they don't care if you make a lot of money or if you're super short or too tall, or they don't care. They just, there's another creature. Let's see, let's hang out. And they don't judge you like this. Only humans do that. It's so annoying. You should never judge someone on their face or their race. It's just stupid. Don't ever do that. That's dumb. Because you never know. You never know who that person is. If you give them a chance, you might find out you found the treasure of a person. You might find out this is a really high quality person that could be an amazing and awesome friend or lover or whatever. I mean, So I would understand if somebody wants to judge someone else on their body because they, let's say, eat nothing but donuts and ice cream and pizza and burgers all day and no salads, nothing healthy whatsoever, and don't move their bodies, they drink alcohol, they smoke and do drugs, and they show the world that they don't like themselves, they don't love themselves. That's actually a red flag, because a person who doesn't love themselves is not going to love you either. They're not going to do that. So, and you want to be with somebody who has emotional balance, who is respecting themselves, who eats healthy, who, at least tries to. They don't have to be perfect there either. Just the desire to want to be healthy and strong and not drink and not do drugs and all that stuff, It just makes them look really hot. That's what makes a guy hot to me. It's like he's working out, he's taking care of himself. He loves himself, Sexual attraction is more complicated. There is a bigger story to it. Usually, women are attracted to strong men and all that stuff. And if the man looks weak, meaning he doesn't exercise, he doesn't eat enough calories or something, and he's like this thin, that's not going to be attractive to a lot of women, because they want a protector. They want somebody who's strong, physically strong, who can protect them. So that would be a natural reason why some women would go, I don't like this guy. He's not my type because he's too skinny, or he has no muscle at all. He looks like a 12-year-old boy, So I can understand why you wouldn't be attracted to a 12-year-old boy. It just doesn't, I wouldn't be attracted to that either. I like to be with a real man, or someone who's grown up and not look like a child. That's a little, in fact, if you're attracted to that, I think there's something wrong with you. So, that's all. I mean, all I'm asking for people is to be a little less judgmental, just to be fair, like if somebody doesn't have a good looking face, or let's say they have a half burned off face or something like that, to me, I consider that beautiful. I think that's amazing, because anything that's unusual in the face, to me, is like special. It's interesting. It's something that you don't see often, So if somebody has a huge scar in their face, I consider that sexy, I think scars on men are like super sexy.
Niki Lauda lost control of his Ferrari on a 150-mile-an-hour curve.
So, for example, Niki Lauda has half his face burned off. And I think that is gorgeous. I think he's a gorgeous guy. I mean, unfortunately, he passed away, but not too long ago, too. And it's very sad. But I think he was a gorgeous man. I mean, all the way to the end. He was just so beautiful to me, because I think it's gorgeous to have scars, and I don't care what kind of scars they are. They're all beautiful. All I want is from people is to do not act like or look down on people that if they're not like the perfect looking face, if they don't have the perfect looking face, or if they're too tall or too short or something like that, something they were born with, and that's just the way it is. They can't change that. It's not nice to judge on that, on something that they can't change ever. And I think it's ridiculous that people have these harsh standards of others. And because I've watched my two friends in school, they were constantly attacked about their looks, and it just really hurt me, because I could feel their pain, and they were crying so much, and it was just so horrible. And yeah, and ever since then, I was like, I can't judge people like this. This is wrong, This is so, so wrong. I cannot do that, and I don't like when other people do it. That's just me. So, and because most people do that, I don't like to be around those kinds of people. So to find high quality people, it takes a while. It takes a long time, to really find truly good people who are down to earth and are not so, oh, I'm so much better than everybody else, blah, 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 attitude. And I'm not attracted to that. In general, Introverts are not really antisocial, even though I do consider myself somewhat antisocial. Um, but in general, what it really means is that introverts are just more selectively social. So they just choose one person they want to hang out with, and that is good enough for them for a while, and they like to be just one-on-one instead of being surrounded by millions of people all talking and chatting. I like having connections with people, but I'm just very, very selective. So if I do call someone a friend, I really mean it. If I tell somebody I really like them or love them, I really mean it. I don't just use those words lightly like some people do. They always say, oh, I love you, and it doesn't mean anything really. I actually have a very, very strong, intense desire to help people. So being an empath, I'm kind of good with that. I kind of know what people are feeling, and I know exactly how to usually help them with any kind of problems. If they want to open up to me and tell me their problems, I'm a very good person keeping the secrets. If they tell me it's a secret, I will not tell anybody. And I can help them with whatever it is, because I'm a deep thinker, and I always try to find the best solution. Let me know if you're an introvert, extrovert, or ambivert, or if you even empath also. Let me know. I would like to know. That would be interesting to me. So let me know down below.